Tim Mahoney is back tonight. We're going to recap some of the topics we've talked about before, and you're going to tell us a little bit about some new things you learned about AI?
I am.
Okay.
So first of all, we spent a long time talking about Britney and her conservatorship, and so I just kind of wanted to do an update. You know, that was a pretty unprecedented decision by the court when they just completely eliminated her conservatorship and she was on her own. She still doesn't have a significant relationship with her two children that she had with Kevin Federline. She did do a #1 hit with Elton John, and she did another song, and she says she's coming out with an album. She has signed a book deal that is going to be her entire memoir that she got $15 million to do, so that should be interesting. I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. She got married and got divorced since we stopped talking. Well, that's kind of a Hollywood thing, right?
Yeah, right.
And she was pregnant and then had a miscarriage, unfortunately. So, but it does look like, you know, her life has been in her control, and she certainly has been productive. I mean, we haven't seen clips of her going to the hospital or doing these types of things. She's had hits, she's signed contract deals, so so far so good, and it looks like the judge's decision was the right one, and she's off and running. So good for her.
Okay.
And I look forward to the book. I think the book's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
The Michel Oher thing is now in litigation, but he did do a New York Times interview where he kind of came out and talked about the whole thing. I'm really interested. I hope that this does enough in court so that we can kind of find out what's going on, because there's not a lot of money that's really involved here in terms of the guardianship or the conservatorship. And if you forget the story always was that Michel Oher was adopted by the Tuohys, and that was what was said in the book, and that was what was said in the movie. It then came out that in fact he wasn't adopted, that it was a guardianship, a conservatorship, much like Britney, which is why I put the two together. He went to court to terminate it after 20 years. The court immediately terminated it, and he's now accused the Tuohys of taking on a lot of his money, which they're going to have to account for the money, and so the court will figure that out. The interesting part is, how did that ever get confused?
Right.
That it was a conservatorship and not an adoption, and the Tuohys have now first come out and said, look, we didn't do anything wrong with the money, and we're going to show whatever happened with the money, and they have their own money, so you would think that that would be okay. However, they're now kind of backpedaling, saying, well, we use the word adoption in the colloquial sense. You know, okay, well, that just doesn't add up. So I'm very curious as to see how this whole thing goes. The last thing that I wanted to talk about today is, you know that I do a lot of these seminars, and I just got done with a seminar where one of the international experts on AI was there doing a presentation, and I saw a presentation from this person 9 months ago. And what he showed us 9 months ago and what he showed us yesterday in terms of the advances in AI are staggering. So 9 months ago, when you tried to do a video with AI, you could tell that it didn't really look right. And when you would try to create what's called a bot, which is a real character or a fictional person, you could tell that it didn't quite look right. You know, it's kind of like the original, you know, Pixar movies compared to now. They look significantly different if you look at the original Lion King and the current Lion King. Well, now in 9 months, that has dramatically changed. And so let's say, you know, there's a lot of content out there for both you and me that's video. Well, anybody with not a lot of training and not a lot of tools and technology and with no money could basically create videos of you and I that could say anything that you wanted to, and you would not be able to tell.
Sure.
And certainly could do voice also, and you wouldn't be able to tell. So why am I saying this as a public service announcement? Well, as a lawyer, I'm now going to start telling, especially my clients over the age of 65, you need to have safe words with your grandkids or questions that only they will know the answer to. Because you remember when people started getting emails saying their grandkid was being, you know, they needed money? Well, my guess is you're going to start seeing that, only it's going to be actual video.
Yeah, or phone calls.
Right, saying, Grandma and Grandpa, I'm in trouble and I need this and I need that and I need you to wire, you know, $10,000 to this bank account. You need to have conversations with especially people over the age, you know, like my age, right, in their late 50s, that if you get something like that, there needs to be a code as to whether or not it's real.
Okay.
Because you could get something now and there would be no way to know if it's real or not.
Absolutely.
You know, you could not tell if it's real or if it's fake. So if you see a video from somebody that is out of the ordinary, it well could be created by AI, and somebody could do that with their phone in a matter of minutes.
That is a good thought to have, and maybe like take into this weekend, call your family and chat about that. Thank you so much for that.
My pleasure.
Reach out to Tim. So many different ways you can do so. You can see it on your screen. Game day is next with the newest member of the First Warn Weather Team, Owen Sarsley. Don't go anywhere.